So I'll be basically sharing with you all old remembrance, old memories, and old stories which happened anything between 20 to 35 years back. So I will start with this first story. This is around maybe 30, 32 years back. In the temple, there was one gentleman by the name of Ravi Prakash. Some of the old devotees would be knowing him. He was a very wealthy businessman, and he was a well-wisher of ISKCON. He would come to the temple quite often. And he had a very nice bungalow near Alibag. So there was a program of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj arranged there. It was an overnight stay at the bungalow. Maharaj was supposed to do kirtan in the evening, give the class, spend the night there, and then come back. So there were around 25 guests who were invited for this program. Very in Bombay with a very high society people, very influential people. So there were around 25 such people. So Mr. Ravi Prakash had arranged for an air-conditioned bus to leave from Chowpatty temple and take all the people to his bungalow near Alibag. So from the Chowpatty temple, from the temple side, there were around maybe 4 or 5 devotees, and the balance, there were other influential people of Bombay. There was one Mr. Jagdish Agarwal and his wife also. And Maharaj was also in the bus. So since my service was to record Maharaj's lectures wherever he went, so the temple authorities told me that you also accompany Maharaj in the bus and go and record the lecture there. So I was very happy. So I went in the bus also. So when we reached the bungalow, and then evening, Maharaj did the kirtan, gave the lecture. Then after the lecture, there was prasadam. Then after the prasadam, Maharaj was speaking to the guests there. And since there were around maybe 25 people there were few rooms. So the room which was allocated to Maharaj, there were 3 more devotees who were allocated in that. So I was also in the room with Maharaj. So we had left the whole bed for Maharaj to sleep. And in the room, there were 3 nice mattresses with fantastic pillow, bedsheet, blanket, all top class. So in that room, Srinaji Prabhu's younger son, Chaitanya Prabhu, he was also in that room. So after the class, after the prasadam, Maharaj was still speaking to the guests. It was becoming late. So my 2 roommates, they went to sleep. I was thinking, okay, when Maharaj finishes his talk and when Maharaj goes to sleep, I will accompany Maharaj. But it was getting more late. So I said, I will go and sleep myself. So I went to the room. So we kept the lights little dim in the room so that when Maharaj comes, he can see. So I slept on the mattress, and the way I was sleeping was that I could see the door and I could see Maharaj's bed. And the distance there from Maharaj's bed and the wall of the room was around 1.5 to 2 feet. The distance between Maharaj's bed and the wall of the room. There was around 1.5 to 2 feet gap. So I couldn't sleep. I was just, somehow no sleep was coming. So I was just lying down. Then I saw the door opening. I saw Maharaj coming in. So I didn't want to disturb Maharaj at all. So I became like a statue, half eyes closed, So I still remember that scene. As Maharaj comes in, Maharaj, in 2 seconds, he scans the whole room. 2 seconds, like this. Then he goes to the bed, he picks up the bed sheet, and in that 1.5 to 2 feet space, he goes and lies down to sleep. I was, I was in a little spiritual shock. I didn't know how to react. I never thought anyone could sleep in that 1.5 to 2 feet. And probably there may have been a thin carpet there. Maharaj didn't even put a bed sheet down. He just lie down, and with that one bed sheet, he just himself covered, I didn't know what to do. Should I tell Maharaj, please sleep on the bed, or should I offer my, my whatever little gaddi, I was like, my whole system became blank seeing Maharaj's humility, So, and the first person to get up was also Maharaj. So I'm like, this, for us, I'm like, we can see Maharaj's humility. And to this day, externally, I don't think so. Maharaj still knows, that I saw him. And for at least talking about me, if I have to act humble, I have to a lot of times put an external effort. Hari bol, Prabhuji, I'll do this service. And for Maharaj, believe me, it was just natural. Just naturally, Maharaj was behaving that way. So very deep lesson of humility I learned from Maharaj that day. Okay. Then another story I would like to say is, so I'll be telling different old remembrance and stories. There's no particular timeline order or particular sequence. So another story, another thing. This again happened around 30 years back. Our temple required a refrigerator fridge. So Shaman Prabhuji and myself, we both went to buy a fridge for the temple. So in those days, 30 years back in Opera House, there were a lot of the showrooms who would sell fridge, tape recorders, TV. So Shaman Prabhu and myself went to Opera House. So we went to one of the showrooms there. It was of a particular company. It may not be good, I take the company's name for obvious reasons, which will come later on. So that company would sell that refrigerators, TV, and that time we had tape recorders of that company only. So Shan Prabhu and we went inside. The salesman was there. And we started talking. We told him we require a fridge like this size, capacity, and this much liter. So the salesman was showing us different refrigerators and explaining all the positive qualities of the different models and everything. And Shaman Prabhu was so nicely talking to him, so nicely, with so much love and so nicely. Then the salesman, he comes little close to Shaman Prabhuji. And he tells Shaman Prabhuji, I'll tell you one advice. Don't buy a company refrigerator. It's not so good. You buy this other, he mentioned two other companies' names. Buy that. They are better. And so Shaman Prabhu and myself, so we thanked him, and went out and went to other showrooms. And as per his advice, we did our due diligence also. And we bought a refrigerator of the other company. But the point what I'm trying to say is, Shaman Prabhu, the way he spoke, and because of his purity, a salesman doing like this is unheard of in any sales book. Probably if that MD of that company came to know, he would have gone in shock for 10 years maybe, So just Shaman Prabhu's loving nature and the way he spoke and his purity just extracted this, this amazing thing from the salesperson's heart. Okay. Then another thing, my wife Leela and myself, we are married for around 30 years now. And our marriage happened through the marriage bureau itself. So this is before the marriage. My wife Leela Manji, her name was Dr. Sunita Prasad that time. So this is before marriage. Prem Leela Mataji, who's a member of the marriage bureau and a senior counselor, told Leela Manji that, you're of a marriageable age, you should get married. And Prem Leela Mataji told Leela Manji that there's a good boy, his name is Sharad Prasad, I'm supposed to be that Sharad Prasad, So there's a good boy, Sharad Prasad, would you like to marry him? And Leela Manji, she had not met me. She didn't know who I was. She didn't know what was my qualification, how much I was earning. She didn't know that. She didn't know which part of this planet Earth I was from, whether I was tall, short, fat, thin, dark, complex, which family background I was, what my parents, nothing she knew. First time she was hearing my name from Premla Mataji. And when Premla Mataji said, this boy, Sharad Prasad, is a nice boy, would you like to marry him? And without knowing any background of me, Leela Manji told Premla Mataji, yes, I will marry Sharad Prasad. So Premla Mataji asked, don't you want to know more details about the Sharad Prasad? Then Leela Manji's reply was, Mataji, I have faith in you. You're saying he's a nice boy, that's it, full stop. And then she married me. I doubt how many... I doubt how many young Matis would try to duplicate what my wife did. From this you can see her simplicity, her purity, and her faith in the Vaishnavas. I'm so strong. I'm like unbelievable. I'm so grateful and thankful to the marriage bureau that you all gave me such a rare diamond gift, honestly, from my heart. And I'm also very grateful to my wife. She, for 30 years, she stood beside me and inspired me spiritually. In fact, I tell devotees openly that after my Gurudev Radhanath Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, if anyone who has inspired me maximum in my spiritual life, that is my wife, Leela Manji. So, thank you. I'm very grateful to you. Thank you. Okay. So another story, another old pastime. This again happened around 30 years back. Around 30 years back, there was a house program going to be held in Bandra of Radhanath Maharaj. So I was to go there to record Maharaj's lecture. So Radhakrishna Prabhu was also accompanying. So there, in the temple that time, there was a white, thin Maruti van, a small Maruti van, white. One of the basic vehicles a person could have. So I was driving, Radhakrishna was sitting in it, Krishna Chandra was also there, and there were the few devotees, and the vehicle was full. So Radha Priya Mataji came there. And Radha Priya Mataji said, I will also like to come with the vehicle, with the devotees. But we said, Mataji, the vehicle is full. She said, no, I'll sit in the dicky. Imagine a Maruti van, it's a God. And the dicky, she said, the devotees, other devotee offered her, Mataji, no, you will sit in the dicky, you sit. But she said, no, I will sit in the dicky. So I don't know if she can recall, So we arranged for a thin mattress or some bedsheet, fatafat, we put in the dicky. And Mataji sat there. And one more Mataji sat, And then I closed the dicky, the Mathur dicky opens like that. Then someone has to close it. I closed it, locked it. Then Krishna. And then I started driving. As I started driving, I on the AC, the windows were closed, I on the air conditioner. And the Maruti van, the air conditioner is only in the front, It doesn't have any pipes or something to give the air conditioner behind, It's only one small air conditioner in the front. जो ड्राइवर है उसके बाजू को मजा आता है बाजू वाले को it's austerity at times. So and the worst thing, the air conditioner was weak that day. It was very weak. So I was getting hardly any cooling. Baji wala, and imagine the person sitting behind me was hardly getting any cooling. Imagine the person in the dicky, So I started driving, I was concentrating on the driving, I forgot about Radha Priya Mataji sitting behind, I was constantly driving and went to drive, in the evening, you can imagine the Bombay traffic. After a good some time, we reached Bandra. So after reaching Bandra, when I stopped, then I remembered, oh, Radha Priya Mataji is in the dicky, So I locked it, so I got out, went back behind, unlocked the dicky, and opened it. Then Mataji and Vanu Mataji came out. They come out, And Mataji is smiling, So after coming out, one of the devotees who was sitting in the second row asked Radha Priya Mataji, Mataji, how was the ride, Then Mataji, Radha Priya Mataji, with a smile, she said, I was like a boiled potato. And with a smile, and she said this because she was asked. If no one had asked, she was still smiling, and she was smiling talking to the devotees, So, from this, I'm like, some new people who have come today may not know who Radha Priya Mata is. Just a small little background of her. She's from the very, famous Mafalal family, and at home she has many drivers, many cars. If from the temple she had just made a phone call, within few minutes her driver with a car would have come to take her. But she wanted to travel with the devotees. So from this, I really learned deep humility. I learned from Mataji. So, thank you, Mataji, and sorry for that ride too, Mataji. Oh, Krishna. Okay. Then again, this old memory, this happened around 20 years back. Leelamaji, myself, we had got married. Then we had 2 children. Radha Prabhu mentioned Sriram and Sripati. And Sriram was around 8 years old that time, and Sripati around 5 years old. And we would come very often to the temple. Whenever we would come to temple, whenever we would come to temple, we would put Sriram and Sripati with the same color kurta. If Sriram was wearing red, Sripati also red kurta. If Sriram green, Sripati also green. And same design also we had. Green, if it was a booty design, same booty design, Sripati also. And they would wear dhoti, So we would come, and I would also be wearing dhoti kurta, Leela Manjana sari and tilak. So one morning we had come for a Bhagavatam class, and Sriram Sripati, they would mix with the devotees, the brahmacharis, and the brahmacharis would give them so much love. And Sriram Sripati, the Guru Puja, they would serve the devotees charnamed, give flowers, and it was very well, they would be giving so much love from the brahmacharis and the congregation. So after the program, our whole family, we went to Granto Station to catch a train to Mira Road. So at Granto Station, we were waiting. So here was Sriram Sripati with dhoti kurta, the identical dhoti kurta. I was in dhoti kurta with tilakon, Nilamaji with a sari and tilakon. We were waiting for the train. So one stranger crossed by. He was maybe in his mid-30s, a stranger. And he saw Sriram and Sripati and the whole family, like a Vaishnava dress and everything. So the stranger, my son Sriram, he was that time 8 years old. The stranger goes to Sriram and tells Sriram, he looks at Sriram like this, from down to up, and tells Sriram, "Tu bada hoke doctor banega ki engineer banega?" And Sriram on the spot replied, "मैं दोनों का बाप बनूंगा." I don't know who was most surprised, the stranger or me, So I was standing there. I was just waiting to see the reaction of the stranger. What reaction he's going to give, So the stranger, when he heard it, the stranger smiled and told Shriram, fantastic answer, very good answer. And he patted Shriram on the back, and with a smile, this person walked away, And probably that day, that person, he may have had some ideas about what spiritual people are, but after Shriram's reply, he must have, thought, okay, spiritual people are also a little street smart, Okay. Then, okay. This again, around 30 years back, I was working as an accountant in Chowpatty temple. And that time, there was only one staff in the accounts department, and that was me. Today, there's so many account staff in the accounts department. So I was handling the accounts and everything. So one day, I was in my cabin. It was on the ground floor, beneath this temple hall. I had a small cabin, and I was doing my work. So Maharaj comes in the cabin. And then I get up, offer my obeisances. The Maharaj tells me, Srivas Thakur, the seva is very, very important. The Maharaj is telling me, and Maharaj is telling me, Srivas Thakur, Prabhupada said that each paisa of ISKCON is my drop of blood. So Srivas Thakur, when you handle the different money and different purchases, please handle it carefully, please handle. So when I heard that, I said, yes, Maharaj, I'll definitely do it. Then Maharaj went. So this had a deep impact on me. I was thinking, God, if I waste one paisa of ISKCON, I'll be wasting Prabhupada's blood. It's unimaginable for us, we as grand disciples to imagine wasting Prabhupada's blood. Impossible. So that statement of Maharaj and this Prabhupada statement, it stuck deep in me. And later on, when I went to work in Bhaktivedanta Hospital Purchase Department, I have to make a lot of purchase and a lot of financial dealings are there. And Bhaktivedanta Hospital is Prabhupada's project. So whenever I do any purchase or anything, I would keep this statement in mind of Prabhupada and Gurudev. Then, I have to keep track of time also. I was told specifically, keep track of time. Okay. So, again, this is another story. This happened around 26 years back. Around 26 years back, there was a young person called Mahesh Pai. He just started coming to the temple and very enthusiastic, very sincere. And when he would come to the temple, especially when he would come in the morning time during japa time, he would see devotees chanting very intensely, like this, japa, very intensely. So he also started doing japa. So for him, and whenever he would see devotees chanting, shaking head, like this. So Mahesh Pai thought that part of the japa process is to move your head from left to right. And Mahesh Pai, I know him, is very, very sincere in whatever he does, So he started doing japa and he would move his head left to right. And he would put in conscious effort to move his head left to right. And he would, we may move head like this, but he was very sincere. Full left, full right. So it went on, for a couple of days. But after some time, his neck started paining. Krishna. So his neck started paining. But still very sincere, still continued his left, right. So after some time, the neck pain started going more. So he went to a senior devotee and said, Prabhuji, japa ke time mera gardan dukta hai. So this devotee, he couldn't understand the relation between japa and gardan ka dukha, So this devotee asked, aapka gardan kyun dukta hai, bhai? So a young, energetic Mahesh Pai, he explained everything. That Prabhuji, part of the japa process to move your head left and right, This devotee, who told you that? I thought so like this. No. So this devotee had a good laugh first. And then he explained Mahesh Pai the whole thing, how to do japa. It's not compulsory, It's sometimes, devotees move like that. So Mahesh Pai was very much relieved, No more left and right, And this Mahesh Pai, later, today he's a Brahmin initiated devotee. He's a counselor for Virar region. He's Madhav Charan Prabhu. Okay. Then this story which I'm going to write, this happened around 30 years back again. I was handling the accounts department. So that time the book marathon came. So the temple authorities, okay, sorry. Before that, one thing I would like to say. before this story. Yeah. So when I was handling the accounts department, um, I was told by the temple authorities that please arrange for an air purifier for Maharaj's room. So I said, fine. So I got in touch with a manufacturer of air purifier, and I told him of the room size and the circumstances. Then he suggested a particular model of for the room purifier particular model. So I requested him that, please, can you bring that piece? So can you give us a demo of it? He said, okay. So this salesman of this company comes with the air purifier. So I go to Maharaj and I tell Maharaj, Maharaj, this company has come with the air purifier. Can I bring him to your room to give the demo? And Maharaj said, okay. So I bring this gentleman to Maharaj's room with the air purifier. I was there and there was one more devotee. So we 4 people were there. So when we were there, so this gentleman, salesman, he opened the air purifier and explained all the machine, how it works, everything. So Maharaj liked it. So Maharaj said, okay, we'll purchase it. So I told that gentleman, okay, I'll make you the check payment. Just you can wait for some time. So before that salesman was about to leave, Maharaj told, no, please sit, please sit. Then Maharaj told the other devotee was with me that please get a Bhagavad Gita. So he got Bhagavad Gita. And it was the book marathon time. So Maharaj told this salesman that this is our book marathon going on. Throughout the whole world, we distribute Bhagavad Gita as it is. It helps people. And Maharaj spoke to 3 lines about the Bhagavad Gita. And Maharaj told this salesman who had to sell this air purifier machine, Maharaj told him that you can take this Bhagavad Gita and whatever donation you want to give, you can give. So this person asked us, how much do you all sell it for? We told him that cost. So this salesman, he took out that much money and gave to Maharaj. And Maharaj thanked him. Then the salesman went out. The next day in the temple, the devotees were talking that yesterday a salesman had come to sell Maharaj air purifier and Maharaj sold him a heart purifier. So Maharaj, he would use every opportunity to connect every living entity to the lotus feet of the lordships. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, okay. Then again, a book marathon story. This again 30 years back. So I was handling the accounts department. So when the book marathon came, I was told by the temple authorities that Srivas Thakur, you should also help in giving the devotees the books and keep an accounts of it. And the temple gave me 1 or 2 devotees to help out with the book marathon. So I was handling the accounts as well as whenever any devotee came, I would issue them the books. So in one afternoon, one devotee came, he stays near Kandivali side, that devotee. And Prabhuji, give me books. He was very enthusiastic with a big smile. Prabhuji, give me 10 Bhagavad Gitas, Prabhuji, I will sell them and after a week, I will come and, I'll take another lot of the Gita. I said, fantastic. I gave him around 10 Bhagavad Gitas and he had a big smile and a lot of enthusiasm. He said, Prabhuji, next week I'll come again. He went and within 2 hours he came back. He said, Prabhuji, books gaya. Prabhuji, books gaya? After 7 days you were going to come. In 2 hours, books gaya. I said, books kaise gaya, Prabhuji? So he said, Prabhuji, I took those 10 Bhagavad Gitas. I went to Grand Road station and I boarded the local train. Then after 3-4 stations, I had to get down. When I got down, I was just thinking of something and then the local train went. Mera books usme gaya. Mera books train mein gaya, Prabhuji. Train mein gaya. Haan, Prabhuji, train mein gaya. Mujhe abhi 10 book aur de do. So now the best part, this time when he came, first time when he came, he had a smile and he had a particular enthusiasm. But this time when he came, his smile was twice bigger and he had double enthusiasm. I was wondering, so this is the difference between material life and spiritual life. People who are non-devotees and devotees. If a non-devotee something happened with this, like a non-devotee, something went off like this in the train, he would think, "Arey, आज बहुत बुरा दिन है, inauspicious दिन है, आज सुबह किसका चेहरा देखा, something like this would come to that non-devotee's mind. But this devotee, uska books gaya train mein, but still he paid the money and still he was double enthusiastic, and he had a double type of special bliss on him, So in spite of when a person is in devotional process, in spite of externally, sometimes he goes through these negative situations, still sometimes Krishna gives him that small, dose of spiritual bliss. Okay, so I will end with this last thing. These next few lines are dedicated to all the assembled devotees who are here. कृतज्ञ हैं हम उन सभी हाथों के लिए, कृतज्ञ हैं हम उन सभी हाथों के लिए जो सेवा में सदैव सदैव आगे बढ़ते हैं। कुछ लोग दीप जलाते हैं मंदिर में, कुछ स्वयं दीप बनकर दूसरों को राह दिखाते हैं। हरे कृष्णा, थैंक यू वेरी मच।